This one aggravates me. And it's shorter than usual, so I feel like I have to do it. Also, right out of the gate, I call bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, Rusty Trombone, a.k.a. Russell Brand, a.k.a. Russell Bland, a.k.a. Hippie Alex Jones, is wearing a humane being shirt, which, by the way, is registered. See that? Somebody is selling this as a t-shirt in this particular thing. So this is not just a statement. This is corporate. This is a corporate branding choice. Whoever made this is incorporated. Hold on. Should we find out? Shit, right out of the gate. I'm going to waste a ton of time. Humane being, what is it? VLV on the bottom of it? Whoops. VLV. Viva La Vegan t-shirts. humanebeing.org. Here you go. This is who they are. A lovely vegan group creating humane beings, kind to animals, protecting people and the planet. Decided something's humane. Ask if you would want that done to you. Andy Kindler. No. Andrea Kladar. Tree hugging. There's a Stoneheart. Help us create humane being. Your support will enable us to reach and help more people live in a way that is kind to animals and protects the planet. Thank you for any gift, no matter how small. Okay. What do they do? New organization, growing site, relevant support ideas, links, welcome. Info articles. Aims us. Okay, who's us? What? How? Why? Who? Meet our volunteers. Okay, so Jane is the... Jane and her dog run it. Good for them. Gavin. Scrap Factory Farming website. David Finney, Campaigns and Political. Rachel, okay. Robert Gordon. Leslie Hatfield, Raising Campaigns. Alice, oh, look at you, Allison. Hey, there you go. Press, Liaison, and Stalls. Okay. Kevin Shaw's in the campaigns team. Neville Atkins, Charlotte. There you are, Charlotte. And Richard Claxton's Campaigns and Education. Cool. Good for them. Lovely. Viva La Vegan, which, by the way, I will say, Rusty's head currently makes him look like a new vegan, someone who's not good at it, if you know what I mean. All right, but this is the title of this, and understand this is a man who sells the idea that he's for, peace and understanding and new thoughts and opening ourselves up to a universal consciousness and yada, yada, yada. And that he has a meditation course. And that's why he releases videos titled, They're Coming For You. Roe v. Wade, Facebook, censorship. These are the hashtags associated with it. They're coming for you.
Wade may yet...
Hold on.
Roe v. Wade may yet tear America apart.
All right. Roe v. Wade may yet tear America apart. And I guess you're cheering this idea?
One thing it's shown us is when it comes to big tech censorship, left v. right don't matter.
Left versus right doesn't matter when it comes to big tech censorship. So the left are getting censored just as much as the right. Is that what we're... Or the right is getting censored. All right, we'll find it. Again, I don't know what that means, but it's they're coming for you is the title of this. Roe v. Wade censorship.
Hello there, you 5.7 million
males.
Awakening Wonders. Thank
who are here because you're male.
Thank you for joining us on this voyage towards truth. We're making pretty big moves on this channel, so it's really important you sign...
Yeah, sign up and get the bell and help me raise money off these ideas while I sell my meditation program to people I've given anxiety to.
Sign up to our mailing list. I'll show you how to do it at the end of the video. Please, God, you're...
Hold on 1 second. There are some technical things that I need to make sure of. Excellent. There we go. Now I just want to, hey, can I jump in here, y'all, for a second? I just want you to know that they's not, people like him, these highfalutin English types come over here and act like we don't know what we're talking about. So if he gonna jump in here and say what? I gotta address it. So, anyways, let's see what he's got to do. Is his head shrinking since the last time? Maybe he's gone to a psychiatrist. Let's see.
Still with us. It's vital that you turn on the notification bell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, man. That's just that's a corporate way of having them follow you the fuck around, bruh.
For now, because while we're still on this channel and doing a video every single day, we need every bit of support.
Yeah, everybody needs to get on there. He's buying a new house. See, the housing market in England's about to take a shit, and there's a lot of, coin to be made. You can buy them houses, cheap coming up. So you got to stockpile. You got to be heavy cash.
Support we can get from you. We are committed to bringing you truth. We cannot do it without your comments, without your fun.
Yes, man. Hey, honest to God, this is like rude. I mean, I know I'm on a channel where the dude doesn't even promote his shit. Like that Hal dude who runs this thing, he's terrible about getting people to subscribe and like and do all that shit. I mean, he's got that Venmo thing, but people basically just ignore it. But he doesn't like badger him about it. I gotta bug him about it. I mean, how is he supposed to keep me in dental floss if he doesn't promote the goddamn channel? Meanwhile, you're over here acting like the worst guy at a BMW dealership trying to make quota before the end of the fucking month. You're like this hippie member of Glenn Ross.
Thumbs up without your sharing, without your opinions and views. You educate us. We are in symbiosis with you.
Yeah, hey man, they call that audience capture, and that means that you're basically just what the bad word for selling yourself.
Now, we've told you many times on this channel that there's a risk in granting censorial powers to big tech platforms.
Yeah, I know. You told me that from YouTube, which is owned by Google, and Rumble, which is largely owned by the dude who owned Parler, that when it dumped 70 terabytes of user data on the internet. I remember. Just saying. I just don't want you to think I forgot.
A lot of people on the left were down with it when it was all about banning Trump and not preventing right-wing voices from proliferating on big tech platforms. But now...
Well, were they? I think they were just really against the ones that said, bigot words.
Now we're seeing the other side of the argument. Promotion of abortion pills on Facebook is being censored. What does this mean ideologically?
Wait, on Facebook? Dude, did you pay any attention in fucking 2015 and 16? There ain't no Trump presidency without Facebook, you dumb motherfucker.
For a moment, try to put aside where you stand on this particular debate and try and look at the principle that's behind it. For example...
Right, you can have ads for guns on Facebook, but you can't have ads to get the abortion pill across state lines, largely because Facebook doesn't know whether the law will protect them or not, so they're erring on the side of, look who I'm talking to, motherfucker. For
example, if you're a pro-life person, presumably you believe that life is sacred and that we must cherish life.
So you don't. Of course, presumably you also believe in the castle doctrine, the death penalty, and fucking some shit up, yo.
If you're a pro-choice person, in another way, you're saying that life is sacred and a person's individual freedom is sacred.
Yeah, and abstract.
Now, watch yourself revving up the engine of your counter-argument. Yeah, but it's another person's life that's growing inside you. Ah! We have to try to...
Wait a minute. That doesn't seem to be the argument that the second person he mentioned was saying at all. That sounds like the big argument was from the first person, the pro-life person, and that the second person, shit, did anybody else notice that? Hold on, back the fuck up for a second. Watch this again, and let's see if he's not defending who he thinks his primary crowd is.
Is sacred, and a person's individual freedom is sacred.
Yeah, person's individual freedom is sacred, right? That's the pro-choice idea, that pro-choice people believe in individual freedom. Okay. That's not what your regular viewers think.
Now, watch yourself.
Watch yourself, meaning his audience, And how would that person react?
Revving up the engine of your counter argument. Yeah, but it's another person's life that's growing inside you. Ah!
Right. So that's the prime. You're saying that your main audience is going to say you don't have the right to remove a life that's growing inside you. Okay. So not audience capture at all.
We have to try to get beyond these arguments, and we have to look at the principles being enacted by state and tech power, because they don't have an ideological side.
No, they don't at all. So they just doing it for money? What, they charging more to get the abortion pills across state lines? Or are they just, currently you can't actually prescribe stuff on there at all?
Try, if you can, to extract from your mind your particular...
Well, well, that ain't fair, man, because you got a head start on us. You've extracted almost everything.
Opinions on the issue discussing, and consider for a moment that the pandemic and all of the complexity around the pandemic was drilled down to giving the government ability to regulate human behavior in unprecedented ways.
Well, no, I mean, they had masks during the Spanish flu, you dumb fucker. We've had, like, if you got a kid, they got to get certain vaccines to go to nursery school.
Lockdowns, mandated...
Yeah, no, we didn't have lockdowns, dumb fuck. We didn't. Nobody was locked in their fucking house. They were greatly discouraged, but this wasn't Shanghai, you dumb son of a bitch.
Medical procedures. Think about how January the 6th ended up being anti-protest legislation.
What? Hold on. Think about how January 6th ended up being anti-protest legislation. Does this motherfucker know we just had a bunch of gun protests in this country? The fuck are you talking about? What? He's just making shit up. That's the face of a man who just went, oh, fuck, I just said something that makes no goddamn sense. Par for the course.
Think about how big issues or crises ultimately end up granting more power to centralized authority.
Yeah, they don't actually. That's why it required the president and the Congress to act in concert, and why some of the things were rolled back by the Supreme Court and others weren't, because we don't have centralized, we don't operate that way, dummy. Fuck, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. We ain't got a queen.
They, of course, do this with your active engagement and encouragement. Good, good. I want people to be forced to lock down or take particular medical. Good, good. You shouldn't have that guy in the buffalo hat marauding around shitting on Nancy Pelosi's table. She'd probably better sell shares in that shit for a profit. She's a good businesswoman.
What? That's not the guy that shit in there, man. That guy's got enough troubles getting organic food inside a jail. He's already been sentenced, dumb fuck.
I say that forget your partisan tribal affiliation.
Dude, we're all in one tribe right now, and that is I don't understand what the fuck this asshole is talking about, tribe. You've done it, man. You brought the whole world together with a big fucking Tucker Carlson crease in our fucking forehead. Like, what? We are all hashtag tribe what now?
For a moment.
Do what now?
And think about the principle behind it.
The principle behind what? The fuck are you talking about, man?
Particularly when discussing this story.
All right, here we go.
Branko Markovic writing
the Jacobin, the Jacobian. Okay, Facebook. Hold on. Facebook's anti-abortion censorship is a reminder of the perils of content moderation. Dude, I don't know about you, but I don't go to Facebook to see ISIS beheading videos and people doing videos from the anarchist cookbook, you dumb fuck. What do you mean? Why is content moderation in fucking quotes?
In Jacobin, which is, of course, a left-wing publication.
Of course. Except they're so far left, they're right. They're authoritarian psychopaths. But go ahead.
When it comes to tech censorship, Jacobin and others have constantly stressed that while it may seem like a temptingly easy solution to a host of problems, the idea looks less appealing when you start to look at the practicality.
Yeah, I mean, once we start calling for the destruction, like, it might be okay when Trump supporters and sovereign citizens want to burn shit down and they get kicked off. But what if we want to say burn shit down and we get in trouble too? We're not supposed to get in trouble for inciting a riot. They are.
Practicalities like
Facebook's Andy Morgan. Okay.
Do you trust algorithms and faceless tech bureaucrats to judge what counts as acceptable speech and what doesn't?
No, but I think you can have kind of a baseline. There's like, I don't know how many fucking videos or photos get loaded on fucking Facebook every day, but they'd never have enough people. You couldn't hire people to look through those fucking pictures. Dude, if I had to look through my grandma's pictures when she posts them, I'd want to off myself. Much less looking at some of the awful people want to post. Dude, Facebook has one of the biggest human trafficking problems of all the fucking sites, and they need an algorithm just to chase down here, we want to sell a kid. And the Jacobin's like, well, what if we want to sell a kid one day? What if we decide well, they communists, so what if we want to give away somebody else's kid someday?
Or would you still want tech companies to do this if the rules they're following are written by people who don't share your politics?
Well, you'd want some kind of, the idea is that the baseline covers both, right? Because I'm guessing they don't let the pro-lifers show a dead baby on there, and just like the signs they hold up at them fucking places because they don't want people barfing all over their fucking phone.
That's a really brilliant question.
Yeah, so great. Especially if you have to dig down deep to find a thought in your fucking skull.
Isn't it? And it shows you.
Yeah, like what if one day you want to put on a beheading video? What if Bernie Sanders supporters decide that beheading people is the only way to get their message across? Then what? They're gonna take your videos down? That ain't fair.
Being guided by a principle rather than an emotional affiliation to a particular issue. I believe people have the right to total bodily autonomy.
Okay.
So they shouldn't have to take vaccines, not if they don't want to, but should they?
Yeah, here's the thing, asshole. If they want to be around other people, people got to know if they gonna make them sick, especially when it comes to shit like measles. Like, you can catch COVID after you've had it. It just keeps you out of the hospital. That's one of the troubles with this. That's why everybody needs to get vaccinated. But when you're talking about shit like the measles and stuff, you don't want any of these diseases you can pass on to somebody because you're symptomatic and you have to be symptomatic to pass it on. And then you're like, I don't give a fuck if I got these symptoms. I'm going to work anyways. And then they fire you and you're like, I got the right to bodily autonomy. So I'll show up with fucking tuberculosis and cough all over all the condiments here at the chicken shack.
They be able to have a termination of a pregnancy. Now, I know there's more complexity in the second example because, of course, the argument is that that's an independent life growing within. I'm sensitive to your politics.
Wait a minute. Sensitive to your politics? Dude's got 5.7 million subscribers, and he's talking like the only people watching is the Westboro Baptist fucking church.
Even if I don't share them. And I think...
Well, yeah, you don't share them, you just sell them. Cha-ching.
That's precisely what Branko Markitic is suggesting.
No, he's not. You haven't even got to the part where he's suggesting it, dummy.
That we have to have principles that go beyond just, oh, we're going to win if we go this way. That's no good.
Okay, here we go. A recent story is a perfect example of this dilemma. Good. We're finally getting to the fucking point.
Recent story is a...
By the way, way to put the fucking logo huge in there. Selling the a periodical. I'm glad they're getting work.
Perfect example of this dilemma. According to Vice, Facebook has been removing...
Wait, according to Vice? So why aren't you doing the Vice story? Why are you reading the Jacobin story? Why aren't you coming about this of your own thinking? Because you read the Vice story. Why didn't you get to this part in the article and go, according to Vice, it's been oh shit, let me go read the Vice story, get the whole story, and see if my opinion resonates with what this story is. Maybe they got it. Maybe they took something away from the fight. Why am I reading third-hand fucking stories? Why am I listening to you read someone else's opinion about a story about something that happened instead of just you talking about what the fuck happened? Why don't you go look into what the fuck Vice is? Never mind.
Posts from users and even temporarily banning them.
Temporarily banning them from social media if they mention the fact that abortion has been removing posts from users.
From the social media platform, if they mention the fact that abortion pills can be sent in the mail. Interest in abortion pills soared after the Supreme Court officially overturned Roe v. Wade last week. The news outlet both heard from users who had been censored for making such posts and
okay. So you read that story then?
Made similar posts themselves using a burner account, with posts getting flagged for removal instantly or within minutes.
Okay, were they just talking about it? Or were they... Hold on 1 second. We got to check this shit out. I want to know this. Vice. What? Abortion pill. Facebook. Something like that. Facebook. There you go. This is how easy this shit is, man. I know how to operate this stuff. It's from their thing. Facebook is banning people who say they will mail abortion pills. A Facebook user is banning people who, a person and Motherboard both face consequences for posting about mailing abortion pills on Facebook on the same day Supreme Court overturned protections. Okay, Facebook is removing the post users who share status updates that say abortion pills can be mailed, and in some cases temporarily banning those users. When exactly Facebook started removing these and similar posts is unclear, but Motherboard confirmed Facebook removed such posts on the same day that Roe v. Wade thing. I will mail abortion pills to any of you. Just message me. Oh, okay. That ain't just posting about. That's not saying you can get them. That's people offering medical pills. The person told Motherboard, I posted at 11 a.m. and was notified within a minute it was removed. I was not notified until it tried to post later that I was banned for it. Do you work for these tech companies? Do you have information on how they're handling data regarding abortion? We love it. Okay, that's their post. To corroborate this activity, Motherboard reporter attempted to post the phrase abortion pills can be mailed on the Facebook using a burner account. The post was flagged within seconds as violating the site's community standards, specifically rules against buying, selling, or exchanging medical or non-medical drugs. The reporter had given the option to disagree with the decision or agree with it. After they chose disagree, the post was removed. They just said abortion pills can be mailed, but there's a presumption that they could mail it from you. You'd mail it. Motherboard was able to post the phrase painkiller pills can be mailed. Pills and abortion without... Well, that's because painkiller pills can be bought over the fucking counter. Motherboard posted abortion pills can be mailed a second time. It was flagged for removal. And this time, the reporter agreed with the decision. On Monday, the post disagreed, violated community standards, was reinstated. New post saying abortion pills can be mailed was into... Okay, so the algorithm got it, but because these other people was selling shit. But here we go. Facebook policy cures safety. There you go. Facebook is banning people who say they will mail abortion pills. Dude, that's just content that attempts to buy, sell, trade, gift, or request or donate pharmaceuticals is not allowed. Content that discusses the affordability and accessibility of prescription medication is allowed. We've discovered some instances of incorrect enforcement and are correcting the issue. That's all it fucking was, dummy. Dude was offering them, dumb fuck.
The Associated Press got the same results in its own independent investigation, in which it found that Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, or Meta, as it's now rebranded, was also near instantly censoring posts that talked about sending abortion pills across state lines.
Yeah, not talked about, man. You got to be distinct. They either said, we'll send you the shit, or it sounded like they were saying they'd send you the shit, and then you could agree or disagree with getting it.
The culprit seems to be Facebook's policy barring attempts...
Yeah, the culprit.
...by individuals, manufacturers and retailers to purchase, sell or trade non-medical drugs, pharmaceutical drugs and marijuana, as well as firearms. Though according to Vice, a post saying that painkiller pills can be mailed went up without trouble.
That's because painkillers aren't non-medical drugs. and painkiller is a random phrase. Because they can be, you can buy them off Amazon, dumb fuck. It's not the same thing.
Likewise, the
Try it with hydroxychloroquine. See what happens.
AP found that posts about mailing weed and a gun were left intact. It suggests that...
Yeah, that's because nobody's saying a gun can be mailed. People like, people would use that in a story about like, why the fuck that asshole have a gun? Like, how do you even get it out there? Like, a gun can be mailed. And they're like, oh shit, that's how he got it. A weed can be mailed. Oh, we should do something about that. It's a different fucking conversation, dummy.
Contrary to its own policy, Facebook is specifically targeting talk about mailing abortion pills for censorship, possibly for fear of running afoul of right-wing state laws following Roe's death.
Yeah, until the law is clarified, they gonna stay on that side of it. By the way, they are never gonna be in danger of a right-wing state saying, being upset that a gun can be mailed.
Makes doing so illegal. All of this should serve as a cautionary tale about the perils of text.
No, it shouldn't. First of all, the only people getting busted are people who are actually actively saying they gonna send shit. The other ones are people who look like that could be read as that, and it was like a booster to get to that thing from these fucking, accounts. By the way, their fucking burner account, which Facebook knows is a fucking burner account, the algorithm's gonna check it for realistic usage. They ain't used it in a long time. They don't do burner fucking, let's see if I can type this shit every day. They only do it when there's a story. So it perks up on certain days. And so it's going to go, this account barely has any fucking activity. And then it pops up on this fucking day, and it sounds like they're selling drugs.
Censorship for liberals, who have tended to be the most enthusiastic supporters of such policies, led astray by a
bullshit
false media narrative that online misinformation is the root cause of the past few years' political disruption.
Hold on. Led astray. Hold on. I got to get out of here because this dude's annoying me. Run that by me again, real quick. What was that shit? Led astray by a false media narrative that online misinformation is the root cause of the past few years' political disruption. I would take issue with. Absolutely.
Media narrative that online misinformation is the root cause of the past few years' political disruption. Tech censorship.
By the way, that's not even in debate.
It might seem like a simple solution for misinformation, but in practice, it's arbitrary and inconsistently enforced.
Yeah. And it's a temporary problem on social media. Nope, there was no censorship that was happening on the news media when they were going, yes, across state lines, you can purchase it. There's still ways to do this. It was being discussed both pro and con on news media regularly. Of course, it would make its way to social media in story form and make people aware of those facts. Those facts were not hidden from anyone. The only thing that stopped it was the idea that the algorithm has a thing that stops it from doing some very bad shit all the time, so they don't have a huge, like, underground pervitin problem on Facebook.
Gets things wrong while being immune to accountability.
No, it isn't. The accountability is user interface. If it fucks up and does this stuff too often, people will stop using it and they'll go to other sites. Happens all the fucking time. That's the accountability. It's a product. People will stop using the product. There's no damage done to them if they can't get information from a singular point. Even if they fuck up, the fuck up is stacked against the things you like and don't like about the site and your decision. That's accountability. It's fucking Facebook. It's not FEMA.
And has largely been damaging to independent media.
No, it hasn't. The only thing damaging to independent media in this, by the way, and this is coming from a dude who always gets, if I'm monetized at all, I get the cautionary yellow one, which just gives me like right-wing ads on YouTube, and the Epic Times, shit like that, where they don't care who sees what video they're on because it doesn't matter. They don't have any ethics, so they don't care. I get hit with that stuff all the time. Tough shit. I'm using the platform. I'm benefiting from the platform. It's the pros outweigh the cons. It's my ass if I get kicked off or something. They get to set the terms.
I've always questioned the assumption that the mainstream media is genuinely left-wing because My understanding of left-wing politics is that it's about the genuine empowerment of ordinary people, not centrist state power. That's just another flavour of authoritarianism. So if you use left-wing arguments to grant more power to big tech companies or the state, in the end, that power will be utilised in whatever way is convenient for them.
Yeah, it's all, you know, it's all the same. 6 of one, half dozen of another. You know, eventually, if the best thing to achieve utopia is some beheading videos, eventually we might need that.
To continue to pursue whatever agenda they're pursuing at that particular time. That's why without genuine principles of free speech and anti-censorship that you...
Yeah, you got to take a little bit of child porn and beheading videos if you're going to have that, right? It's right, Russell? You got to let that stuff through, because otherwise...
apply equally to both or indeed all sides of an argument.
They do. They do. And when in the cases where they don't, they have to correct it. Abortion medication is not the same as fucking painkillers. Painkillers is a generic term. For fuck's sake, there's a Judas Priest album named Painkiller. You can buy it through the mail. It's not the same fucking thing.
You will in the end yield.
And by the way, can I remind everybody that the title of this video is "They're Coming for You"? What the? What a douchebag! Just what? Like, just the like. There's sort of a weird cruelty to his videos. I like that Priest album as well, Kath.
Yield to centralized power interests. And as this case should remind us, what tech companies decide to censor and what not to censor is largely shaped by the intentions of those who hold power at any given time.
Bullshit! The first person that got kicked off and the majority of the ones that got kicked off were people offering, I will send you these drugs, which are prescription drugs. And the clarity on that is like, oh shit. And somebody went, oh my God, there's dozens of these. Like, well, knock them all off and then we'll sort it out later because we can't go through all of them. It's millions of fucking accounts posting shit like this.
It doesn't matter a whole lot that Facebook Spock's Andy Stone is a longtime Democratic Party apparatchik who likely...
Apparatchik. Apparatchik? Jesus Christ, not a bird, you dickhead. It doesn't matter a whole lot that Facebook Spock's Andy Stone is a longtime apparatchik who likely holds a variety of conventional liberal views on issues like abortion. Yeah, it does. Because I got news for you. He might not want, think about this for a second. He might not want a proliferation of these posts to go across state lines dealing with this particular issue because it might give more fuel to the right-wingers who are trying to shut this down and make it even more difficult for women in those situations to get stuff, because they'll say Facebook itself is selling, you can buy the abortion pill on Facebook and blah, blah, blah.
He holds a variety of conventional liberal views on issues like abortion. In a world where the Supreme Court is dominated by a hard right supermajority that can simply rewrite the laws to fit its political beliefs, Facebook will clearly have incentives to push its censorship policies in a more conservative direction, no matter what the personal beliefs are of the people who...
No, it won't. This was an acute circumstance. This goes along with like the hydroxychloroquine shit, when there's no studies that showed, and there never were, and it always failed. Every time they would bring up hydroxychloroquine, they're like, we got to punt that down. Until there's a study that says this thing helps, people will avoid getting vaccinated or think the disease is no big deal if they think this horse dewormer will help them.
Who run it. What we've said on numerous times on our channel is when it comes to
our channel, it's fucking him. Dude, stop saying we. I mean, he's got a staff. I mean, they've got a functioning staff doing this, and he's got editors. But this is his take. I mean, this isn't, like, I at least name my show. I could have a guest host on Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, and you just go, hey, whoever. He just calls it Russell Brand. This is just him. What do you mean we?
Comes to issues like...
This is like laying it off on the staff.
Climate change, ecology.
What did he cut out of there? Climate change. What part of that did you take out?
Channel is when it comes to issues like climate change, ecology,
Did he say abortion and they just cut it out entirely?
civil liberties, identity politics. These big businesses and corporations that proudly display the paraphernalia of whatever issue they're supporting at that time don't genuinely care about the human beings or indeed the planet or planetary systems affected by it. They are
also, says fucking who? So basically all the companies that do like Pride Month stuff, it's not just that some obviously look at it as a huge marketing potential and they really want to make something out of it and they think there's money to be made there, but that the people that do that don't fucking care at all. That any company that puts a pride flag up, never mind the fact that they would lose, you know, all kinds of right-wing customers, the kind of people who watch Russell's show, for Christ's sake, but they don't care. They don't give a fucking shit about any of this stuff. None of them care. Like everybody who works at whatever, everybody who works at Twitter doesn't give a fuck about climate change or gay rights or women's rights or abortion or anything. Neither does Facebook. It's money, 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 and everything that they, you know, they say is just a way to get more of that. Like, and again, I gotta say, it sounds like projection.
simply pursuing an immediate agenda that...
Again, why would they pursue an immediate agenda, especially if it involves the complete destruction of the species? For real. Like, I know there are people who don't buy it. That's one thing. If you don't believe in climate change and you're just like, ah, fuck it, that's nonsense. But there are a lot of companies that work towards this stuff. And I'm like, I guess the assumption is that all the climate change stuff that's done by every company in the world is to be read by how seriously you take Exxon or Chevron or BP's argument about the issue. But that everybody who works there, whatever, if you're a greeter at fucking Walmart, you personally don't give a fuck whether they use plastic or paper bags in the state that you're in and the rules around them.
Grants them access to more profits or bigger audience, or is it simple, that's...
Yeah, and one of the things about a bigger audience is that you need people to be alive, I suppose.
What virtue signaling is it?
No, well, the assumption is that they don't actually have the virtues, they're just selling the virtue. So if you're saying that's what virtue signaling is, one thing. But if you're actually showing a genuine virtue that you have or a system you believe should exist, and you're willing to take the financial hit because a section of the populace might be against that thing, even if even though the majority is shifted, that doesn't mean your audience has. Like Dick's Sporting Goods not selling AR-15s, for example, or guns like that. Removing those guns, that's a hit where Dick's Sporting Goods is going to take a hit from their main customer base. But according to him, that's just a virtue signal so they can sell more shotguns because it's cash and they don't care if a kid blows their own brains out with it. Like, that's it. I don't know what the fuck.
Isn't it? You don't really believe in it.
Right. Says King Virtue Signal. Exactly. That's what this is. He's wearing a fucking vegan shirt. I don't buy it.
Recognize that you're supposed to believe in it at the...
He's like, what do you think? I'm vegan, but I do fish and cheese and bacon's so good.
Moment. So you will signal your virtue by pretending to care about it at the moment.
Right. And your assumption that they are pretending is the thing I have issue with. Like, I don't believe the BP green ads at all. But that doesn't mean that I don't think, like, Honda in trying to move towards hydrogen or more electric cars, or Hyundai, which is putting even more of an emphasis, or even the Ford F-150 that they're putting together, aren't actively moving towards a situation where they're trying to create a vehicle that's got some legs, that's better for the planet, that will ultimately be better for its customer at the same time. The assumption that they're equally as evil as, a Saudi oil refining facility manager is just dickish.
My personal belief is that many of these issues are extremely important. All sides...
Yes, all sides of the issues should be heard. It's extremely important that, you should have the ability to decide and make a choice and choose. But there are people who believe you shouldn't have that choice, and they should have the right to tell you and deny you that right to have that choice in a legal sense.
Of the arguments around culture are valuable. I'm not suggesting that cultures can't be put into hierarchies, that some cultures are more valuable than others, but all cultures, particularly if they have a religious connection to the people practicing them, must be respected. And
I see that, particularly that. So the idea is that pro-life is associated with Christianity, or a specific breed of evangelical Christianity in the United States. So they deserve more of a say than, say, a secular woman who just wants the right to choose.
more important than that, in a situation like this, what you discover is that Facebook don't actually care about the abortion rights of women or climate change.
Well, let's see. I mean, they don't not care. That's part of it. Let's see. Facebook. Let's see. Perhaps this is a Facebook. Let's see. How like do the let's see. Let's just look at this. Okay. Well, here's an example. Like this is, and I don't really I mean, I'm on Facebook obviously, but I don't really use it on a personal level. It's mostly a business. Facebook diversity update, increasing representation in our workforce and supporting minority-owned businesses within here's one, we increase representation of women in technical, non-technical, and leadership roles globally, as well as Black and Hispanic employees in the U.S. In just 1 year, we achieved 38.2% increase in Black leaders, getting a head start on a 5-year goal to increase those leaders who are people of color by 30%. Representation of women globally combined with the underrepresented minorities, people with disabilities, and veterans in the U.S. slightly outpaced our ambitious growth. They make up 45.6% of our workforce, up from 45.3% in 2020. We're on track to meet our goal of spending $1.1 billion with diverse-owned businesses and donating to underrepresented creators and nonprofits this year. We shared Facebook's responsible innovation dimensions and built inclusive product councils. So this would all be just, according to Russell, this would be just, I guess, virtue signaling. They don't really care about any of this stuff. This is diversity cash. So the idea is that somebody, and I'm speaking hypothetically, Russell, pretends to care about shit and really works very hard to appeal to an audience that's against some of that stuff to make money off the audience that's against those ideas.
Or whether or not someone's a libertarian, pro-gun person promoting the use or accessibility of firearms. What they care about is Facebook's ability to generate revenue through advertisements. That's what they care about.
Yeah, but if somebody buys a gun from some dickhead on there and uses it to kill a bunch of people, then the usage of Facebook goes down. So even their selfish reasoning helps in a bunch of these situations, as does the ability to buy and sell pharmaceuticals without a prescription across Facebook would shut the fucking site down.
And if there's likely to be legislation which impacts them negatively, they will change their ideology. Their ideology is mutable precisely because it is performative. That's why I think it's vital.
Performative. Again, I'm going with projection. I'm going to go 100% with projection.
For me and for you and for all of us to investigate what our core beliefs are.
Here's my core belief. Here's one of my core beliefs. Say your piece, say it honestly, and never make it your life's work to make people miserable intentionally just for clicks. And so one of my core beliefs is never have a title like "They're Coming for You" that I know is A, complete horseshit, B, not indicative of the content that's said in the video or article or anything of the sort, and never manipulate your audience with fear intentionally to get them to come back and see your show again, no matter how much financial gain will come from it. Fuck that. Not ever. Not me. Not now. Not tomorrow. No way. That's one of my core beliefs. That is one of the biggest areas that I differ with Russell.
Take, for example, something like the pandemic, or the pandemic and its incumbent regulation and legislation.
It's incumbent regulation and legislation. You mean the attempt by governments to save the lives of as many of their own civilians as possible in the face of a global pandemic that was killing millions?
Would all be okay if legitimately behind it are the principles of life is sacred. We have.
Yeah, it is. That's why they came up with mandates, because even if you don't believe this shit, setting up a barrier, that you might not pass because you might think it's no big deal, and then by the time you find out it's a big deal, you're on a fucking ventilator and having to say goodbye to your family by waving with 2 fingers on an iPad, and they never get to fucking see you again. And so your life, even if you're a dickhead, is sacred enough for the government, which is responsible for your safety to the greatest extent it can be, is to deal with that threat, especially as a moving threat, even when it entails being wrong or right about things ahead of the emotional or psychological curve of the populace.
Have to protect one another. This virus is dangerous. It's going to kill people. We're going to have to do whatever we can to protect one another. But when you start to suspect that the intentions and agenda of powerful interests may be at play and may be preventing a necessary conversation from taking place.
No, that level of bullshit was endangering lives. If you eventually come to the conclusion that fuckheads like this actually are contributing to people getting killed unnecessarily and panicking people. This dude runs the biggest fucking videos this guy have Pfizer in the title. He's regularly doing it. This is a moneymaker for him. Talking about the pandemic is a key issue with his audience. This is how having a constant reference to the idea that you don't need the vaccine, they only did it for the money, it doesn't really help, and they're subverting your own independent choice by making you get a vaccine. That's an integral to his money-making scheme over the last year and a half.
Well, then that's different. Same with January the 6th. If you think that it's a genuine attack on your democracy, that these people are insurrectionists, and if they could have took over the Capitol that day, they would have overturned the election, well, that's important if you believe in your democracy or your constitution or your...
Yeah, but I don't know why anybody would.
Your republic or whatever you want to call your nation. But what...
I'll tell you what I want to call my nation. The United States of America. We are a constitutional republic that operates as a democracy, where every vote counts. And so the idea that that it's debatable about whether or not it was a good thing that people charged up the fucking Capitol steps, stomped one of their own to death, beat and tased cops, stabbed them with fucking sharpened flagpoles with a Blue Lives Matter flag on it, crushed 3 of his fucking vertebrae, broke ribs, stomped people. What part? Where's the other side of that argument is kind of okay?
I think happened on January the 6th is that there was an uprising of some magnitude, and you can define that however you want to.
Of some magnitude. Oh, don't get me wrong, it was a fucking failure, but it was a violent fucking failure.
But subsequently, anti-protest laws were brought in. The same with the corona.
No, they weren't. The fuck are you talking about? Like, we didn't change the laws about protests. We didn't have a fucking Patriot Act after this. What are you talking about? I honestly don't know what he means. Seriously, I don't know what the anti-protest laws he's talking about are. Like, that's just made up.
Coronavirus pandemic. There was an initial moment when everyone was a bit like, oh, bloody hell, what's going to happen? But subsequently, loads of regulations and laws and certain interests benefited. The pharmaceutical industry benefited, the media benefited.
The public benefited.
The government benefited from
the public benefited.
New laws, and you're familiar with
And again, why does the government benefited from new laws? How? Oh, I know. Because a bunch of their taxpayers didn't die so that their economies collapsed.
Wealth transfer. Now, the more you grant surveillance powers to the state and big tech, the more you grant the state the ability to regulate and control its population.
Says the asshole from YouTube, which is owned by Google.
the less likely it is that
But the worst thing is big tech can check on you and have some knowledge about it. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that I can, every time I pop online, it sends you an email to your account, whether you want one or not.
you'll be able to oppose them when they start to regulate something you care about and at odds with your interest.
No, it doesn't work that way, asshole. We're not a nation of sovereign fucking citizens. You don't get to fucking stockpile AK-47s because it's in your interest to have a bunch of Russian-made Kalashnikovs so you can open fire at a fucking mall.
One day it might be gun control, next day it might be abortion. So remember, your apparent...
Okay, the censorship around gun control, I mean, there is none. You can't sell guns and you can't sell drugs on Facebook. You can't send someone a free gun in exchange for favors or just because you think they need one illegally on Facebook. And you can't do that with abortion medication or any kind of prescription medication. It's a static rule. The difference is that there aren't enough humans to look at every fucking message, and the algorithm has a limited scope. People who wrote big long posts about stuff and like we should have the right to and conversed about that, and just having the phrase you can get this the abortion pill through the mail wasn't censored. If it was in a context in a paragraph or a back and forth, but if you just put that, it looked like sales. It looked like somebody trying to sell it. That's why the algorithm kicked it off, and they tweaked it, and it's fine. It's their fucking site.
Differences and distinction from people on other sides of the culture war or political arguments is not as significant as your fundamental shared goal to create a space in which all of us can express ourselves, particularly where we disagree with one another.
All right. Well, he's going to jump back to the article or whatever, but this isn't about a disagreement. This is simply about big tech thinking, well, you can talk about all what you want, but these were read as somebody trying to sell something illegally, and that's a violation of terms of service, applies to fucking everything.
If you find it alarming, the best way to protect against this is to advocate for and firmly cement very strict limits on these companies' ability to censor or at minimum establish some kind of democratic oversight of it.
Why? You know what the democratic oversight of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of these sites is? Get the fuck off. If they violate that rule enough and people want to be able to have those kind of discussions, they'll have them. Go to a fucking Reddit thread. You can talk about anything you fucking want.
Perhaps by putting such firms under public ownership or treating them as utility.
Get the fuck out of here. Make one. Make Jacobin, book. Jacobin book. Make, Russell book. Knock yourself the fuck out. You don't get to co-opt something simply because it's so big they need an algorithm to keep beheading videos off of it and you're on the wrong side of it. Jesus Christ.
That is a left-wing argument.
No, it is not. The Jacobin is not left-wing. They're authoritarian. I don't believe in genuine horseshoe theory. I don't believe in public seizure, for example. I don't think that's any different than monarchical seizure at some point, especially when it comes to stuff that takes no physical space in my world. We're not talking about the nationalization of oil or public lands or some shit. Facebook takes up no physical space in your life.
Down monopolies and introduce democratic regulation into these monopolies. I've seen...
We already have that. We have democratic, representatives that will create legislation to keep things like drugs from being sold and guns from being traded on things like Facebook.
Tucker Carlson talking about these things.
Oh, geez, it's almost like, and he's left-wing. I mean, it's like we all care about the same fucking thing. Jacobin and Tucker Carlson, same people.
On Fox News, the old categories of left and right are melting away because...
No, they're not. The extremists on either end overlap a lot. That does not mean that the old categories of left and right have fallen away at all. Republicans believe we are a constitutional republic, and they believe in the Electoral College as the primary way to elect a president, and that they believe that states should select their senators instead of elect their senators. I, as a Democrat, disagree. And there's a fundamental difference between those two systems. It's why I'm a Democrat. It's why I vote Democrat.
Obviously,
because I believe in the democratic process, and they fucking don't.
we have a professional media class now that don't care a damn about ordinary working people. That's why on this channel we're committed to having conversations with people from across the political spectrum.
No, you're not. No, he isn't. He doesn't talk to people across the political spectrum. He talks to right-wingers. He has fucking... And Jimmy Dore doesn't count. He has... I mean, it's the same as... Jimmy talks to Tucker. He puffs up Tucker. They're all the same. They're all engaged in the same bullshitting.
Spectrum, hearing them out and trying to come together.
No, you don't. No, he doesn't. He gives the illusion of being on the left side of things so that he can talk to righties and go, you seem reasonable, mate.
And create different principles around how we might organize communities.
Nonsense. That has never happened in his show ever. He's a fear farmer and a chaos entrepreneur. That's it.
Rather than just, oh, well, I agree with you on these core issues, all of the rest of you must be bad. Enter into conversation with good faith with other people.
No, I also disagree with you being in good faith. You're not even arguing good faith in the articles you've shown.
They have a different experience of life. Maybe there's a reason that they prioritize fear more than you do, or they prioritize risk more than you do. People have different biologies, people have different intentions, people have different sociological histories.
And again, why I am pro-democracy, person from a monarchy.
One important principle that I think we can continually turn to is if we grant power to big tech, to the state, to...
You don't. You know how you don't? Get the fuck off YouTube, dummy. You're giving them power. They're making money on you. No matter how much you're making on YouTube, they're making 60% more or whatever the fuck it is. He's part of the structure. He's got 5.7 million subscribers. I'm definitely not kicking down.
The big business and the media, in the end, individuals and communities will suffer because they will use this power to do whatever they want.
Bullshit. My ability to not buy a gun on Facebook or purchase drugs on Facebook will have zero impact on A, my usage or non-usage of Facebook, or my material relationships with other people. 1,000 likes. Nice. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. All we had to do was watch this prick. Yes, he's got 5.7 million subscribers. 5.73 million subscribers. He sheds more subscribers than I have on my channel. Now, it's obviously, I don't purchase subscribers. I'm not implying that maybe I am. But I also I'm not in the audience capture business. And I don't do clickbait, like especially on my thumbnails.
If they help you, it's an inadvertent consequence of their agenda. If they harm you, that's just tough luck. But that's just what I think. Let me...
Oh, fuck. That's what I think. Help me make money. I mean, this is really just a capitalist endeavor after all, posing as left-wing propaganda. But tell me how much I should go on Tucker Carlson, because it will really help my numbers boost even more. And tell me how much I've been right about all these things, especially when I talk about how virtue signaling and social justice warriors are grotesque perversions of actual ideologies, and the true community comes from denying all of these realities. P.S. Don't vote. Christ.
You know what you think in the...
No, fuck off. And again, this is the end sale. You can come see me live. Apparently those shows are over. For the record. All right. All right. I do him, with his videos a little more infrequently than we started out, because they're goddamn repetitive. They're the same thing. It's just basically him reading like Mint Tree or whatever the fuck that is, or the Jacobin, poser left-wing magazines, shit rags that basically undercut the idea of democracy, because we're never going to be able to get to the commie utopia unless if these assholes are allowed to vote. That's the premise, which is just another form of authoritarianism. Don't put me in charge because I've convinced everybody that I'm right. Put me in charge and then I'll convince everybody that I'm right. Fuck that. Sorry. It's not how democracy works. It's not how humans change. It never works, and it usually ends up with a lot of people dead. But meanwhile, though, Russell Brand has figured out a way to make a solid living. I mean, he's hold on, let's see. There's got to be. What is it? Yeah, there we go. Just you mind if I just to clarify, understand that Russell is telling you guys how big corporations and rich people are always fucking with you, and that they just do whatever they do just to make money off of you. And that's the only reason they do it. This is currently, Russell Brand's net worth is said to be $81 million. He gets $5 million a movie. He doesn't do those very often, but he's got $43 million in assets, $10 million in loans, that would be property, $22 million in investments, and $1 million in YouTube earnings. That's a year. Let's see. He owns an Audi Q2, a Tesla X, and a Range Rover Sport. His here you go. So earnings 2018 and on YouTube, $750K that year, $810 the next year, 2020 $1 million. Big jump in 2021 when he started anti-vaxxing. He made a full-on $2 million more. 2022, we're not even halfway. We're halfway through the year, and he's made $4 million so far. He's got 8 real estate properties, 6 cars, 2 luxury yachts. His asset portfolio also includes cash reserves of over $20 million. Owns an investment portfolio of 9 stocks that are valued at $16 million. 9 stocks. He owns motherfucker. Really? One of his biggest assets that he has is Google. Alphabet owns Google. AT&T, Ford, Costco, and FedEx. He lives in a 9,400 square foot luxury home in Grays, Essex. He bought it for $13 million. It has 6 bedrooms and 7 baths. He's an Aries. Loves Johnny Depp and Amy Adams. His favorite color is red. Look, we have something in common. Terry is his pet name. That's unfair to that guy. He loves, his favorite music artist is Eminem. Really? Let's see. He's made $10 million in the past year through movies, stand-up comedy, and YouTube. How did he make money? He's made over $1 million from YouTube. That's a year by year. How many company does Russell Brand own? He owns his company's called Vanity Projects. He's twice divorced. Oh no, he's married to Laura Brand. He divorced Katy Perry. Russell Brand lives in his ultra luxury house in Los Angeles. Not currently. And he's worth $81 million. If that isn't the Jacobins' main demographic, I don't know what is. I just love that one of his biggest stock holdings is in fucking Google. And can we put a pin in that for every time he talks about about big tech? Oh, and if he's made $4 million in YouTube this year, but he only made $1 million from movies and stand-up. This is definitely the gig these days. This is definitely how he makes a living. Yeah. Okay, Doomer. So again, look, I wish people all the luck in the world. But you're never going to catch me doing the evil clickbait shit. You're never going to have me have like a story like they're going to end your life. This, if you don't read this or you don't see this, you're going to die. That kind of shit. Not going to, fucking hell. Like, it's just gross. It's gross. But he's okay with it. And it's, I mean, that's the thing. That's made him $4 million this year so far on YouTube. I mean, look at Alex Jones's studio. Look at Glenn Beck's studio. There's a lot of money in fear farming. The doomer dollar is here to stay. I just refuse to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I believe in what I'm doing here and what I'm doing for you guys and the other work that I do. And I'm going to chug along. I've always wanted to be, you guys know me acting wise. My goal is to be Hume Cronin or Burgess Meredith. I want to be the old guy in the movie. So I'm chugging right along doing my thing. Heyday when I'm ancient. Totally cool with that. I mean, I have an old sounding name, so it works. Hal Sparks sounds like a comedian from the 30s who was, you know, worked a couple of gigs with Abbott and Costello on the road, right? But I refuse to do it. I will not. And CSL, who helps with the thumbnails, bless his heart, he knows this. I'm sure he knows the audience would go up if we ticked up that stuff. And he and I are both committed to not doing that shit. Not going to do it. Because it matters. I'm not an end timer. I'm never going to be an end timer. And the only thing worse than being an end timer for real is pretending to be one to make a buck off of other people's fears. And then to sell a meditation course. Are you feeling anxious? Yeah. Gee, I wonder fucking why, you prick. Ugh. Yeah, like Russell Brand is officially the worst. Like Jimmy Dore, we know he's a dick and he's anti-democracy. That's kind of comes part and parcel. But at this point, there's no illusion. He's just a crotchety fuck in an old chair sitting in front of a green screen covering his friends with graphics. It's like, that's not going anywhere. Russell's growing a crowd. Russell's crowd has grown immensely. And he's actively participating in this shit more and more. Like it's nasty. And I will do everything I can to counter that as best I can. So if you appreciate that at all, get working on your book. Oh, thanks. That's a great idea. I've been writing the Sparksisms as I've been going along. It just takes longer to fill those up with cute phrases, other than making like a teeny little flip book. So if you like the kind of stuff I do, and if you like the fact that I treat the world as if it's going to continue spinning, and I don't take shit from any of these people, like, subscribe, and share the show. If you don't, hang out. It's totally cool. I think I'll eventually bring you around. Yeah. Whatever you do, don't click the notification bell. Don't do it. Do not. Okay? I'm on at a regular time. You can find me. You don't need me interrupting your life. You got shit to do. I'm important, but only in the context of I want your life to be fun. So there.